Hi everyone, today I've got an unboxing of this LUMIE Brazil SAD light. So this is a light that you can use to help you during the kind of winter, darker months when you're suffering kind of maybe from that kind of sad feeling, or you're feeling a little bit emotionally down, and it's due to the darkness, especially at the moment in the UK. We're heading into kind of strongly into autumn and winter, and it's incredibly dark in the mornings, especially for someone like myself who works from home a lot. I needed something that's going to kind of give me some brightness and give me some more light within my kind of working environment. So I needed something that was reasonably large because I wanted it to light up quite a big area. And with these SAD lights, you're ideally supposed to have them kind of facing your face so that they shine bright light into your face and help with things like your neurotransmitters and that kind of dopamine feeling, and increasing kind of your levels of energy and just that sort of sun exposure. So this kind of emulates the sun to a degree, and this particular light uses bulbs rather than LED lamps. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and pull this out of the box, unbox it now, and then I'll give you my kind of later thoughts and opinions on this after I've used it for a few weeks. So all I've done so far is I have just opened up the box because it's quite a large box, and I'm going to just take this stuff out. So as you can see, got a bit of foam, and here's the light itself. So the light is pretty large. I'm going to just pull this stuff out. Okay, so kind of got everything out. Pretty large, as you can tell from the packaging. And I'm just going to get this out of the bag and I'll give you a closer look in a second. So I'm just going to bring this in. So what we've got quite a large light, because that's my hand, and obviously it's pretty big. I'd say it's probably about two sizes of A4 pieces of paper put together. That's probably about the size of it. So you've got a bit of a leaflet here talking about the plastic screen. Okay, the rest is in another language, nothing on the back. And then we have got some instructions. Get started guide. So I'm just going to briefly go through this. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. It should just have an on button. They recommend using this for about 30 minutes, no longer. And obviously this is something that you wouldn't want to use later on during the day, because the idea is it's stimulating that idea of the sun, and you want to keep your body in its circadian rhythm. So this is something you'd ideally use in the morning when you wake up and you just want to get some light into your body. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So that's it for the English instructions, and I imagine the rest is another language. Cool. So it's actually quite light, doesn't feel very heavy. It's got this kind of plastic front on the top, and actually see it flexes actually, so it's not super strong. But bearing in mind this thing costs about £150. I'll put a link below. I got this from Amazon, so I get most of my things from there. And so it's got this kind of plastic front, and it's got this button at the bottom. It says LUMIE there. On the side, fairly thin profile. It gets thicker as you get towards the bottom. At the back, it's got a carry handle, some ventilation at the top, and that is it. It's pretty straightforward. So what I'll do is I'm just going to plug this in so you can see what it looks like once it's switched on. Just going to bring it over to this side of the room. And it's got obviously a UK plug on this at the moment because I'm in the UK, and I'm going to get rid of the plastic cover. So bear with me guys. Trying to do this with one hand is always difficult. Let's have a look. Come on. Cool, so I've got that off. I'm just going to plug this in. Cable's very long as well. So I put that in, I'll just press this on now. And actually, so inside there, it looks like there's a piece of paper or something in there that I need to take out. So I may have to just do a jump cut while I remove that. Okay, we're back. So all it was inside here, there was a piece of foam to protect the bulbs that are inside here. So they're kind of like 3 bulbs inside. Now this is a bulb-based device, which is why it's more expensive than the LED devices. So I wanted something that gave a warm light rather than that kind of bright white light. So if I again switch this on, and there you go, it's nicely lit up. It's giving a kind of nice warm glow. Yeah, it's pretty bright actually. So I'll be interested to use it. I mean, already actually, just having this shining on my face, you can already feel my kind of brain waking up. But I'm going to use this tomorrow morning because it's quite dark, I said, at the moment in the UK. And I'm going to use this the next few days, and I'll give you my opinion at the end of this video and see how good it is. I said it is a bit of an investment, and it's actually getting brighter as these bulbs kind of heat up a little bit. Here's a bit of an investment at £150, but I think it's worth investing in something like this if you are working from home and you live in a particularly dark area. I mean, I'm going to use this in my kitchen, which is where I kind of fundamentally work. And my kitchen is very, very dark, especially during the winter months. During the summer, it's nice and bright, but in the moment, it's so dull and dismal outside. And I can just feel that my mental health really slipping in the morning and not feeling too great. So I think something like this is hopefully going to help me. And yeah, I'll give you my opinion on this as soon as I've used it for a few weeks. Cheers, guys. Guys, I just want to show you quickly using this lamp at the moment with the current sort of lighting conditions in here. So you can see it's fairly dark in here. I haven't got any other lights on, and it looks lighter than it is on the camera, but it's fairly dark in here. I'm just going to switch this on to show you what it looks like, and it's actually very, very good at illuminating the entire room. So I'm just going to push this on, and oh, there you go. It's incredibly bright, and actually it's hard to see this on camera because it's focusing obviously only on the light, but it's actually lit up the room, the entire room. And this is, you could just have this as one light source, but unfortunately it's very hard to show this on camera, but I just wanted to show you my setup. So that's where my laptop is, and I've got it kind of behind my laptop, and it's incredibly bright. So I just wanted to show you that, what it looks like, and that you can actually use it to light up an entire room. And this is, increased the light in here by about 10 times compared to my normal lights. So as I said, I'm going to use this for the next few weeks, guys, and let you know how I feel. Hey everyone, welcome back. So I have now been using my SAD lamp for about 2 weeks, and I just wanted to give you my honest impression and feedback on this particular light. Now, I've mentioned before, I have used other SAD lamps in the past because I've bought some for gifts for friends and family, and I bought this particular one because it had some really good reviews on Amazon, and actually it's probably one of the most expensive ones, and for the area that I needed it to cover, I needed something fairly large. And I can tell you now that this has been absolutely brilliant. It's been so good. You can probably see the glow on me right now. It's, what time is it? So it's 2:20 in the afternoon in the UK, and it's not super bright outside, but I've got my light on behind my laptop, as you can see. That setup, and that's worked fantastically well for me. So I found that in the morning when I come down, I switch it on, and I feel within literally a few minutes, I feel mentally brighter. I feel that I've got more energy. I feel like I've got more focus. I feel like I've got better attention. And I think it's just that state of mind that changes when you've got this bright light focused on you. And although it says on the instructions to only use it for half an hour, I've been using it sometimes for an hour. And like I said, it's in the afternoon at the moment. I find if I use it after sort of 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, it makes me slightly more wired. So I only try to keep it between the hours of when I'm working, and probably latest I'd go is around about 3 o'clock. I wouldn't recommend using it any time after that, especially if you do struggle with your sleep. You'd want to make sure that your body starts producing melatonin, which is the sleep hormone. And if you have too much light or too much bright light, it's going to interfere with your natural rhythm. So from my point of view, I think this is really awesome. It's a full spectrum light. It's 10,000 lumens, which is probably one of the brightest lights you're going to find on the market in this category. So it is a SAD light, which is seasonal affective disorder. So if you're anyone that suffers from seasonal affective disorder, or you're anyone that works in a very dark space and finds it quite, feeling a little bit dull, or you feel like you're not very motivated, especially during the winter months, I really highly recommend this light. It's changed the way I work, and it's certainly changed the way I feel. And also I've noticed just working from home, it's made me feel a bit more engaged, and that could be complete coincidence, but it's just how I feel. So I know with things like Amazon, you can buy them, you can try it out, and if you don't like it, you can send it back. This is an investment, like I said, it's £150, but I think it's well worth the money because it uses incandescent bulbs rather than LEDs. So it's giving you full spectrum light, and you're getting this kind of warmer light that you get from incandescent bulbs compared to what you get with standard LED bulbs. So I hope you find this review useful, guys. I said I'll leave a link below. Any questions you've got, ask me. Oh, by the way, as well, I looked on Amazon, and replacement bulbs for this are about £11.50 or £12, so they're not too expensive. So if you do need to replace a bulb, it takes 3. So just bear that in mind as well. But I think these bulbs will last for plenty of time, and for the amount of time you use it, I think it's well worth the investment. Catch you soon, guys.